my magic missile. Its manifestation
Dude.
is a dagger.
Yeah.
Could I perhaps find a nice jeweled dagger that would give me a +1 bonus to casting the spell by, say, sacrificing it to the spell?
Sure. Let me see if you can.
Okay.
You do not.
That's too bad.
Sorry.
Okay. Next
close.
up.
Okay.
Is there perhaps a nice shield-based token or amulet
that you could use for
that I
magic
can
shield?
use for magic shield?
Okay. Let's see here. Yes.
Good. Okay. How?
So you find a small bespeckled bronze shield with a symbol of an old castle inscribed upon it.
Ooh.
Okay. It seems to have belonged to a very old kingdom, and it's long since past its practical use as an actual shield.
Got it.
But as a spellcasting component, it could actually be quite useful. The seller who's selling it seems to be a tall, stocky, thin man, and he bends over the edge of his thing and goes, "I've heard that was used in an old war farther up north on the coast. Holds a lot of memories in it."
I'm sure it does. A lot of memories of protecting those that it loves. All ingrained in it. All a part of it. How much, old man, for this shield?
Bronze shield, let's say 10 gold.
Only 27.
Who calls people old
28.
man? That doesn't seem perfect.
I work in the sunlight. I just don't have good skin conditioning.
How much do I care about it? I might come back to this.
Okay.
The next item I'd like to search for would be a reagent for enlarge.
A reagent? Oh, some sort of, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we are talking reagents. The shield will not simply be like a focus that
Right.
remains as a +1. I mean,
No,
that
yeah,
would
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
ridiculous. What do you know, large reagent? It's magic missile.
Let me roll to see if you can find it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. As soon
Wait,
as
are
I...
these things consumed when you use them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
terrible.
Well,
you cannot.
okay, I don't find anything that
No,
at all
they're
that
not-
would work
They're
for
not selling it
enlarge.
today. Not to you with their dies.
My wardrobe. I'm gonna look around for some fine clothes. Clothes worthy of sacrificing to my wardrobes.
Oh yeah.
Something old,
A
something...
whole bunch of old finery rests about in the marketplaces.
Ooh.
Where it's come from is quite dubious, but it's definitely for sale.
Ooh. This is, let's see, what would I like to sacrifice to my wardrobe? What am I feeling? Is there a nice doublet?
Yeah.
Ooh, one that has red accents.
Yeah, certainly.
Perfect. How much? I approach the storekeeper.
He's floating. It's floating. It seems to be a small, stocky, I always use stocky when I describe shopkeepers. It's a small, short stack halfling. She's got brown curls. coming up her
Stacks,
back.
so she's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
3
You
high.
have just the most wonderful clothing here.
Oh, well, thank you.
Simply wonderful.
How kind.
I would
They're
like to
also very
purchase
all Irish.
Yeah, well,
Only
that's
a
how
couple
halflings
Irish.
talk.
I
Come
would
on,
like
they're
to-
leprechauns.
this
okay.
lovely doublet with red accents.
Yeah. All right. 20 gold.
He puts it down.
It's fine clothing.
It's very fine clothing. I'll buy it for
20 gold
15.
is very fine.
17.
16.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I can let it go for that low.
Well, how much did you get it for?
I got it for, let me see now. I believe I bought it for about 13 gold.
13.
13 coppers. Vietnamese factory workers.
Dadriel
This is where you
knows
demand
if
you
he's
pay
with
13
that she probably
gold.
didn't pay anything for this and probably got it through dubious methods.
16 and a half.
You want to give me I lost it. You want to give me 16 gold and 5 silver? 5 silver?
7 gold?
If you pay a penny more, she's taking you for a ride.
My friend here says I should pay you 7 gold.
Ah, well, I'm sorry, you've lost it. I can't let it go for that low.
I'm sorry.
It's not worth it.
I'm sorry.
Walk away.
He's 14. Doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I don't know. It's really
16
nice.
gold, 8 silver.
It's not that nice.
I mean, I'd wear this.
Yeah, but you're from a part of the world where everything's gray and brown.
It's not the fact that it
No,
looks
I'm not.
nice. It's the fact that it's good enough for my means.
Deal.
You got it.
And she
Wait.
takes your gold
Oh, how much did you spend?
and hands over the doublet.
16.
And as she's handing it over to you, he goes, "Be careful! I hear somebody was killed in it." And takes the gold from you.
Be careful, this one attracts knives.
I killed a man for it.
Okay. Red.
So is this like a good part of Market Town where like it's just packed with people?
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to lose out on my skills, so I'm gonna pick someone's pocket.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I figure I gotta stay in good form.
You
know?
find a doublet with the red accents. Well, whoops.
They're everywhere. No, okay, so there are a couple of targets you can pick from if you want to try and pick pockets.
Yes. So basically, you know how thieves that grow up on the streets, they just see these people. It's like, oh, here's one of those fat merchants who like doesn't care about his purse carefully enough. You look for the mark.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look for a mark and say, oh, here's a good opportunity. I could use a few more coins.
That would be a good.
Is
Pickpocket is a literal skill, right?
No, I know. Okay.
There is no fine marks.
Yeah.
Do
Okay,
pickpockets
Skills
or
in DCC
cut
are
purses?
non-existent.
No,
It's
go
like
ahead.
they're worse than 5th edition.
Go ahead and
Okay.
roll pickpocket.
You know, I'll buy the shield.
You will? Okay.
Yeah, I'll buy the shield for 10.
You've made a good decision.
Yeah.
That's a good buy.
I mean, you have made good decisions. What does it do?
Oh, no.
Boost once
8.
your magical shield.
Let's see here.
Do you know to what degree?
It's +1. So
Alright.
it says it
So
says
you
an
for
item.
10 gold.
Oh, I
An
should have
item
rolled
of
this
value.
first.
An item of
Small.
value can
What?
be sacrificed.
Sneak
for
silently?
+1. Short
I don't know if that
bonus.
matters. I don't know if they come together
or
or
like a
something. Where you
one-time
like
+1.
get a
No,
bonus.
pickpockets.
And
on
like
six.
what am
Expensive for
what am I going to spend money on?
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not going to buy armor.
So,
I can't buy magic items.
as a mark,
That's fair.
there's kind of a bigger, gruff man who
So,
has
the way I see it-
several pouches at his belt, and he's obviously
Get
come to
trinkets
market
to
sell
use
off
for
some of
spells.
his.
Because that +1 bonus.
Yeah,
some of
because
his
like
grain
there,
and flour.
there aren't
He's an
just like
importer, a
magical
shipman,
items,
you know,
right?
He carries
Yeah,
carries
but I mean,
grain
I
and flour
can't
across the
buy
aqua
that for
range.
chump
Sure,
change.
sure.
And he's coming to the market and he's
Yeah.
flitting around
So-
through stuff and just picking on things to buy. He's kind of touristing a bit. And you reach up and try to snatch at one of his pouches, and you jangle it just a bit too much. He turns around and he goes, "Hey, what's that?" And he looks around for you.
Alright. Well, I disappear into the crowd as if I had just bumped him on the way by.
Okay, now give you a hide in the shadows.
Is that hide in shadows?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure. I mean, hide in the
6.
crowd, but.
No, he sees you and catches you by the scruff of the neck
Hey, what's up?
and pulls you back out. "You tried to steal my gold."
I did not.
"Of course you did."
I was just passing by. Do you see how crowded it is?
He looks around and he goes, "Well, somebody touched my belt, and I'm
Well-
pretty sure it was you."
It was me. But you're a rotund man. I'm just passing.
Excuse me?
Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? It's a crowded marketplace. People are bumping into each other all the time. I'm not the woman with the bloody discharge where it's like, oh, I said someone has touched me. It's like,
Okay. He gives you a snally bit like, "You're a plucky little brat, aren't you?"
I'm not a player. I am the owner of one of the finest inns in the town. I have no meat.
"Oh yeah, sure you are." And he picks you up by the scruff of your neck and begins to hoist you.
Have
Hey,
either of us taken
Guards!
access to this?
Guards!
You guys just
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Alright, I walk over. Excuse me, sir. What seems to be the problem?
upon
Yes, what does seem to be the
Excuse me.
problem
upon
here?
calling for guards, a couple of the followers who are watching
Yeah.
in the marketplace turn their heads and come rushing over towards the situation.
This man is accusing me of thievery.
This
I
is-
am a owner of a inn in this town, and this stranger has come in and has randomly and he is ageist. He called me a plucky little blaster just because of my age.
"This little rat tried to steal my gold. I felt him fiddling at my belt." And the followers come up, and the Merek, you say that, and he goes, and he yells that at you. And then the followers come up,
Can you prove it?
and he goes, "What seems to be the trouble here?" And one of the orbs goes flying over and flies in between. And he goes, "Well, no." And the followers kind of cross their arms a bit and wait. And he goes, and he snarls at you and puts you back down on the ground. And he steps back a bit. "I know you did something."
Yes, I bumped into you and I said, excuse me, and you didn't hear me.
And he grumbles to himself and begins walking
You
off.
should get used to coming to large cities, you like small town hicks with your low level expectations. You think everyone in an urban setting is a thief. Huh.
Jeez, that was so rude.
I never.
You just bumped right into him.
I know.
That's it. It's ridiculous.
The followers look at the three of you and watch you, and the orb hangs out around. Or I guess, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, but
Okay.
I'm just.
It's like
The orb hangs out around, and they stare at the three of you.
it's like thank you, gentlemen. We're so sorry for that trouble. We were just here shopping. As you can see, we have packages. We have new armor.
Mhm.
Like, we're clearly here for. We're citizens.
Yeah. All right. Well, watch yourself out there.
Yeah.
Turn around, and the orb floats back.
Stay away from like these foreigners.
And they head back.
Sweet. So even like the people
Maybe-
who like are in the right would don't want to
Maybe
get
I,
the police involved.
maybe I shouldn't carry the living metal around with me.
You
Yep.
probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't. It should be like in a chest.
They didn't sense it. They didn't see it. Like,
Somehow.
They weren't like, brother!
Oh,
Yeah, do we have
I
any-
forget what are the followers like wearing? What
They
do
wear-
they have, like masks. or
Most of
something?
the mask.
That's
most-
what I picture.
Most of the followers wear long white robes that are divided into sections
Mhm.
that hang off of them. And you notice that some of the followers have cuts in their robes that are cut like squares, and others have cuts that are cut like triangles. Well,
What do you mean cut like?
so like they're like wearing a white robe, and then they have another white sash over it that's cut down the middle, and the cut ends off in a square on some of them and a triangle on the others.
Do we know
Oh,
from
that's what you mean.
long living here
You-
forever that they're like different ranks?
You
or
know that it
different-
probably denotes their rank.
Do we know what the rank differentiation is?
You'd imagine it's like grunt and then like leader of a certain section.
Right.
But you don't know anything beyond that.
Yeah, and
but
you wouldn't
which
know
one
which
is
is
the
which.
Oh, the
Right.
triangle's the higher one.
Okay.
Oh.
Because the thing is that usually, like, if you live in a town and you see the police, you
Right.
can tell, like,
Right,
oh,
right.
this is the ranking officer.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like, oh, you don't know. We don't tell you anything. It's
Yeah.
like, you have no idea.
Don't
The-
ask questions.
The ranking ones are noticeably like larger.
Yeah,
you know,
It's like, how
They
can
spend
you
more
come
time,
in
like,
charge?
sitting
It's
around.
like, you clearly have eaten more donuts than your underlings. Like, that's just a stereotype.
So yeah, you guys finish up your shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
I feel pretty good. I got 19 gold in my pocket. You
Yeah, work
have
on
your
my
scam
pocket
on.
skill.
Mhm.
I'm tired of that guy.
Gotta do.
You narrowly escaped
Yes.
something
Are you gonna keep trying to pick pockets, Andrew?
terrible.
No, I'm gonna wait until, like, the next shift.
Yeah.
I-
Well, it's tough. You're level 1. Your like bonuses are so small.
I
And
know.
as soon as you hit level 2, it's like, bam! Now you can actually do things.
I know. Well, the thing is that
Well,
I
we
have been
level
picking
up.
pockets like as a street urchin up until this point,
Mhm.
but now I'm like moving up to the marketplace. So it's, like, much
Oh,
harder.
so this is an entirely different territory. One
Yeah.
you're probably not even ready
In
for.
the olden days, I was picking pockets of people who were like half drunk and partially unconscious already.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Right outside the Dualahan.
Yeah. So my
Better
DC
class
was like
of
5.
victim.
It's like I want to pick this guy's pockets. Like he's dead. Like
Well,
still
I
only-
succeed.
I only have 50. If you're dead, I have a 50-50 chance of succeeding.
That is true. You should have like a higher pickpocket skill than you do. Oh well.
DCC system is like it's
Well,
not that like
I mean, it's,
reasonable,
just
but
it's represented as
Well-
like you are the pickpocket version of. Yeah, yeah.
I
got
should
the
let
plus
you
3.
do a variant.
I mean-
there's an issue of Crawl Fanzine
uh,
where they have an actual published variant where you can actually just pick your thieves skills.
oh,
I
okay.
could just let you do that. That would have made more sense. I just forgot
That's-
about
That's
it.
that's
when we were
that's
Yeah,
making-
kind of the
that's pretty
same
cool.
as like picking your wizard spells.
Yeah, similar. I should just let you do that because it makes more sense that your pickpocket would be higher for the backstory.
Yeah, because basically I'm like I don't understand why I would ever handle poison, but I
Yeah.
mean maybe I would, but
Do you have
it's
a
like,
good handle poison bonus?
No,
it's
but-
0.
but still it still exists.
I think
right?
that's one of like the secondary skills where it's low for a good portion, and then like chaotic ones get it like
yeah.
It's-
actually
well,
get
chaotic
bonuses
gets
The
early.
backstab
evil
and
ones get it
assassinate.
right away.
Yeah.
Like you immediately become like I have poison that I never use because I'm basically like, huh. There's a good chance that if I use this poison, I would just like
Yeah.
Chaotic.
Chaotic
Like, oops.
would be a fun thief, but not a good thief for us.
I really
Yeah.
just need to have this box of buttons back here, like pin buttons that says "You tried" on it, and I can just
Yeah,
hand
I
them
know.
out.
It's like, that'd be hilarious.
All right.
We can have sashes for how many times we've tried.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It'd be like, oh, if you earn the badge, you get a +5. And
Yeah.
it's like
It's like you failed so many times,
Are you,
you've
like-
actually learned how to do it.
you're like the Fireside Girls. It's like, oh.
That'd be interesting. Anyway, so
It's
your
like
shopping's all
travel
finished.
to an alternate dimension badge.
Yeah.
And lived.
I love Phineas and Ferb.
Face the demon badge.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got that one under your belt.
And lived.
Actually, technically not a demon yet.
Bathe a cat badge.
Tricked.
Do you have to pay for lavender to bathe your cat? Like, is that just lying around?
Oh,
and you have to
lavender's
buy
gotta be
lavender?
Oh, that's right. You gotta buy
That's
enough
a
for
good
2
point.
baths.
Yeah,
perfumes.
we do that while we're at the marketplace.
Let's see here.
Are perfumes expensive or cheap?
You can definitely find lavender. No, they're not expensive at all in Lear because it's the spice.
Oh, good.
Spices.
Oh, okay.
The stream guys do a lot
I'll
of
buy
it.
some lavender.
Okay.
It'd be
Well-
terrible. It's like you have to sell your shirts.
I know one person will complain about that problem where it's like you gave him lavender badge but never got lavender.
It's 7 silver enough for 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I fucking
We know who you are too, viewer. Who
Yeah.
remembered that we didn't buy lavender.
Why didn't you buy rations? You don't have enough rations.
We own a restaurant.
We get good discounts.
That's right. It's like
I don't
working at a
want to. I don't
grocery
want to
store.
deal in copper pieces.
These characters never go to the bathroom.
Like, go take a shit. Good job. Role playing points. Everyone takes shits.
Yeah.
No, it's like in Sims where you forget about it.
Did
The
you
character
notice
like
that?
goes to the corner. and
Peter
like,
is a
shits
method
in-
actor. You notice he actually went to the bathroom during the session to demonstrate
It's true.
that
Yeah.
our characters are really into the correct roleplay.
Anyway, yeah, so shopping's all completed.
Yes.
Where to now? The meeting is at the Grand Prism.
Is it close enough to time?
Is
Oh, you
it-
know,
is
wear
that
your
should we
new
head over
doublets
there, or-
so you look like
Probably
fine
got some
in
time to go
front
back
of
to the
the.
US.
Someone died in that. I'm not wearing
Well,
it.
Lay, let's go fix up some lunch back at the inn.
Ooh,
And-
yes. I never say no to a meal.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
hero
Duneland's not too
sandwiches.
far from the
That's
Grand-
what I'm looking at.
Does it give us
I pick up-
immunity to fear and +2 to like it?
I pick up things for hero sandwiches.
What do you want, the 99 Nakama Kimpo recipes or something?
No, are you making a reference to that one
I'm
I
not.
hesitate to call it a restaurant.
Oh.
That one sandwich shop next to Roosevelt.
No.
Sarducci?
You never had the no.
Oh, you mean
This
Secret
is
Chef?
okay. Secret Chef.
Secret Chef.
I've never
Yeah.
been there.
I mean they were really good. I like them.
So much mayo.
That's
There
what I
can
mean.
never be too much in there.
Mayo is the
Netro's
best.
like
lunch is
cat
delicious.
I literally
Netro's
eat
lunch.
sandwiches because of
Not your
mayonnaise.
lunch. Jovan's lunch is delicious.
Netro lunch. I call them Netro sandwiches. And you love them.
You have like an olive, a green olive pitted so it looks like an eye on top
I
of
do.
each one.
I do, and they're excellent.
Netro is like, I spent 50 years adventuring to become a god, and now I have a sandwich named after me. This is the worst.
No,
I
I
think
mean
that'd
in
be
addition
pretty
to all these
good.
other things, I'm just trying to keep it real for my boy Netro.
No, like someone's like, "Hey, this sandwich is delicious. It's Netro. Tell me more about Netro."
Exactly.
Netro probably thinks that
He's
you're
the
the
god of
most
wisdom,
like
all-seeing.
non-worshipful worshiper it has. It's like all my other worshippers are really, really deferral to me. This
Look,
worshiper's
they're
like,
they're just more chanty. I'm more dewy.
you're like the fist bump worshippers. Like, hey,
Hey, come on.
You show up at the temple, you fist bump the statue. It's like,
Look, I bring
High five for
Netro.
God.
I bring Netro to the people.
So okay, I don't think we do anything until the meeting.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
It's
I-
spent the afternoon
I really
drinking,
want to. I really
eating
want a
sandwiches
sandwich
and
now.
making fun of the
Oh, God.
keepers.
a very nice day, honestly, given all the shit we've been through.
Yeah, we like chill on the porch, chat it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're literally having this actual conversation about the keeper symbol is like really ridiculous.
We are. I mean,
Yeah,
like
it's
this
like-
is in game right here.
Yeah.
I did not mention anything about the ritual.
So you guys are eating lunch and stuff, and you notice that Alethea comes outside every now and then, outside the Doulahan, and has these doves, and she lifts the doves up and throws them in the air, and they alight and flap up and fly away.
I wave at her. Hello, Alethea. Do you want a sandwich?
Oh,
Alethea, I can fix you one.
sure.
All right, come on inside.
Yeah.
After the
I
third
fixed her up a
time,
sandwich.
I'm gonna ask her if she's a magician because I'm going. What are you hiding on these doves?
Oh,
I think she had a cage of them in her room, like they're for communicating.
Not that many.
No, that wasn't a cave.
Birds make a lot of noise. That's like her third dove.
I purchased them.
Isn't that what people who do like bookkeeping do? They have messenger pigeons.
Not like
Is
a
that
whole
not-
flock of them.
I purchased them this afternoon,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
and she sent out 3 of
I
them.
mean, I assumed.
Yeah.
Like, usually you have one, and you wait for it to come back.
I completed.
Like she sent 3 in a row.
I guess I'm just picturing like Maester's Keeps where they just have
Oh,
a
that's
thing
because he
with
has
full
them on
of-
the
full of
ceiling.
freaking ravens.
Yeah.
I've completed writing my letters to my friends. we should get some.
If you have a castle, you do have a whole flock of them. But yeah.
Yeah,
We should
that's
get some
true. We don't have a
information back
castle.
here soon. Anyway, what are you three doing for the afternoon?
Well, I bought this lovely red doublet, and I show her the doublet, and I also bought this amazing brass shield. So
I'm
many memories.
I'm polishing my
locked into
armor
this thing.
too while we're out
Daniel,
here.
You should really be more. You should talk to him more about the market and its ways.
I tried. He would not listen.
Listen, listen. There's memories locked in here. There's secrets. More than your eyes can see.
I do not understand the way of
it's
wizards.
protected.
First of all,
It has the very essence of the man who tried to protect his people, who raised his arm in defense against a great evil. And I will use that essence for my ways.
Well, good luck to you.
I do not understand the way of the Outlanders. I mean, my good friend Jovan here, he bought a suit of armor. I understand that. A wizard buying a bronze shield.
Necessary. Look, if
Incomprehensible.
it'll help his casting. Yeah.
I have known wizards to have a variety of knickknacks. Perhaps Merek is taking this route.
The
I
bronze
love
shield rather is
knickknacks.
not one I've ever seen. I could see him with the doublet because I have, over the years, seen some great wizards pass through the city, and they always seem to like be extravagant. You know, it's like, ooh, look at how tall my hat is. It's like, but
Trust me, in my experience, it's the most extravagant ones that are the least powerful.
Well, they
That
never
makes
have
sense.
shown us anything to show one way or the other. Although I have to say, the whole tall hat thing, it seems highly inefficient.
Don't you make fun of my hat.
Your hat's fine. It's
Not
the ones
wearing
that-
Yeah, you have a hat that appears.
We have seen.
We have seen
your
the
cat
hat.
with the hat.
Don't make fun
Wait,
of my
that saying is for sure.
my
With,
wizard hat of shining intellect.
With the elves, back in the old days, long before any of you were born, wizards used to be far more feared, and people didn't exactly know what magic was as well as they do today. So, the world would be terrified of wizards and such. It was the wizards who were more powerful that kept more quiet about it, and thus they survived. Wizards who go around gallivanting with their power, probably not actually that strong.
Well, thankfully I haven't done any of that.
Well, wizards today are just flamboyant folks. Like, you can always tell a wizard is like, look at that guy, he's clearly a wizard. Because he's got crazy stuff.
Tons of
That's
people
true.
wear robes.
Although
Tons of
humans and magic I never thought really made much sense. No offense. It's just that elves are so much better at it.
I've never seen an elf do magic.
Have you seen
I'm
an
sorry.
elf?
Well, I mean, this is
At
the
which
second-
point they like cast fireball.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, you are of course only the second elf I've ever met.
Oh, I suppose that makes more sense.
Yeah, see, I was raised in the small town of Timbertown.
Timbertown.
Yeah, it's up north by the Brickerback Woods.
Oh. I see. Interesting.
Do you know of my town?
No. I mean, I may have heard a story about it once or twice.
Oh, I always love hearing about how people hear about my town. What story did you hear?
Well, I mean, it was on our radar. It's at a couple of points. We had been told that there was some activity going on up there that members of my previous outfit might need to have taken a look at.
What was your previous outfit?
Oh, it's long gone now. No reason to mention it.
Oh, well, nothing goes bad in Timbertown. That's what they say about our town.
I always figured it was like CTAC, where I heard it on the news there was a mass murderer shooting or something like that.
Look, what happens in Timbertown stays in Timbertown.
As they say, the only thing that falls in Timbertown are trees.
Is Timbertown actually a
I
town
get
where
it.
timber
I
is
get
there out?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's
Okay.
why it's called Timbertown.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because sometimes it's like it was called Timbertown like 100 years ago before they cut all the trees down, and now like it's actually a big like car park and strip mall place,
Car
but it still has
Yeah.
the name Timbertown because of the olden days. It's like, why is it called Timbertown? It's like, yeah, there used to be trees here like 50 years ago, but we've cut them all down since then.
No, we do timber.
Right.
It's near the water, so we can move it along.
Right.
Yeah, Timbertown's great. I'd love to show you guys. I just have to finish business before I can return.
Sorry, I'd be more open about what I was once a part of, but none of you have heard of it. It's all too old.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
We like stories. You got time.
Well, have you
Alright,
ever
so
heard of the Purifiers?
No, but it sounds exciting.
Purifiers. I can assume that you would do purifying.
Yes, we were responsible for
Sounds
removing
interesting.
several strange aberrations from the world.
Oh.
Things that shouldn't belong here. We were based over on the other side of the Aquamarine, in a town called Falstad.
Oh. Oh. And you were gonna go to Timbertown?
There were rumors about certain aberrations that needed to be dealt with in that place.
Huh. That's weird. No stories about aberrations. No, little girls going into woods and
Well,
disappearing.
as I said, this is long ago.
Oh.
Back in an age when such things did walk around the earth.
Yeah. Well,
Not no ear.
nothing wrong in Timbertown. Perfect place.
Did you ever think
Love
that you
the
would end up here as an accountant in a small Batwaters town inn
Yeah.
after all those years of adventuring?
The turns of life take us many strange ways. And I always did like numbers.
It must be a nice change.
It's
Ooh.
not
Are you one of those
bad.
magicians that uses numbers to change reality?
No, unfortunately not. I don't believe that actually exists. At least I've never heard of it.
To be an interesting way of changing the world.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding it to such a level, you can compress it down to numbers, and then changing the number to change reality.
Like in that show Numbers.
Let's
Yeah.
see, what would it be? Numerology?
Numerology.
Numbermancy?
Numbermancy?
Oh no.
Numerology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Numerology?
Yeah.
Numerancy.
The Mancy version is one for foretelling the future. Gararen used to tell me all these stories, and I could never tell which ones were like fun fictional stories and what were real. Like for example, just as you were talking about how like he had never met an elf who
Good sandwich.
was a wizard. I always presumed all elves were wizards. At least in the stories, they all were.
Well, I mean, most of us are. It's just some focus more on our physical abilities than our latent magical ones.
See, in fact, that was always what I believed, was that you were saying how wizards were, like, not ostentatious. And I always thought that was just a cultural thing, that elven wizards, you could never tell because they were all wizards, so it was no big deal, whereas the human wizards were always amazing because they had to distinguish themselves from the normal
They did.
humans. So, like, they had amazing hats and big outfits, and it's like, oh, I'm a wizard.
Make fun of my
I'm a wizard.
wardrobe. It's amazing. It's wonderful.
No,
you could say.
I'm not making. I'm saying that it's a cultural thing.
In general.
That if you were an elf, you would not have a wardrobe because elven wizards are like, yeah, that's interesting, but we're all wizards, so
Perhaps
Big
that's the
deal.
case. There were a couple of known elven wizards who were pretty extravagant. It's always the candle makers that you had trouble with, to be honest. Something about them.
Well, my understanding was that was just because they were.
Probably because candle making is very boring.
It's true.
I heard it
Have
was
you done candle
because.
making?
Ooh.
No, I came from Timbertown, not Candletown.
Ah.
Candletown is.
Timbertown and Candletown don't get along because that whole fire thing just didn't
Yeah.
work
We
out.
burn
for
logs for light, not candles.
us.
They have logs mounted on the walls in their establishments, and they light the logs.
It's just like
way better.
oil dripped over them.
Yeah.
It's just like part of the
What we're famous for.
We
Our
don't
log,
cut,
a log candle.
our log lights.
what about torches? We don't cut logs that small. What do you think this is, Stickville?
You guys are
This
just.
isn't Torchtown.
You guys are just lucky you didn't grow up in Guano Town.
Timbertown.
Night Farmer Village.
Yes, those night fires are terrible. You know,
They smell
people
bad.
stand the smell.
Oh yeah. And you have to eat bats.
Oh my
Yeah.
Your neighbor's named Ozzy. It's just awful.
Bat Burger. That's from Anchorman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Anchorman too.
Yeah.
I was like, where's that?
Yeah, it was the second one.
That's right. I was like, where did I know that? I was like, we're doing a backwards.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Well, imagine, I mean, you harvest the
Bat burgers.
guano and you got a bunch of bats hanging around. You might as well eat them.
Well, I mean, if you want to get more guano,
Yeah, it's very inefficient.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna run out of bats.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not.
it's ti-
That's
how
not.
do
You
you get
don't
tons
run
of
out of
bats?
bats.
Anyway, So-
Anyway.
Alicia finishes her lunch and goes, I hope that my colleagues respond soon.
I hope so too. Althea will never have lunch with us again. It's like, these guys are ridiculous.
All right,
And
I'm
she
done
walks away
polishing
from
my
the
armor.
lawn.
So I was being a little bit.
Put it on.
I was glossing over some facts, but do I know of any strange things that happened in Timbertown's past?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All
No?
right. So I was being honest about that part.
Yeah.